Had something come in the mail today. Let me go ahead and take this out real quick. Ooh, that looked pretty good right there. And I picked this up too to show all of you guys who are curious about starting a standalone setup that you don't have to spend that much money, but you can actually get a really good sound. Bolo! All right, so I know a lot of y'all have seen the title and the thumbnail of this video, and y'all are probably saying, Bolo, you do not have to get all that stuff. You can just get an MPC Key 61, an MPC Key 37, or any MPC with a MIDI controller with it. And yes, you are correct. Those are all great options. But today what I'm talking about is getting an MPC with an external keyboard. So yes, all of those options are very good if you do want to get into this standalone world, because yes, every MPC now comes with internal sounds and stuff like that. But if you want to take advantage of an MPC with an external keyboard, I'm going to show you guys a good budget setup. So let's go ahead and check it out right now. All right, so here's a whole complete setup right here. It's the MPC One Plus and the Roland Juno-D6. This is the newest of the Roland Junos. I get it. I understand. There's a whole bunch of Roland Junos. There's the original and there's a whole bunch of other ones. But this one right here, if you're just now wanting to get started using workstations and you need a whole bunch of sounds, this right here is the best budget-friendly workstation that's out, okay? Hands down. And I have links in the video description for you guys to either pick up the individual pieces or for you guys to pick up the whole setup. So make sure you guys go ahead and check those links out. So right now, the MPC One Plus runs for $700 brand new at Zounds.com, and the Roland Juno-D6 runs for $900 on Zounds.com as well. So you can get this whole setup for $1,600. And I'm telling you guys right now, I know a lot of you are like, $1,600, that sounds very expensive. Well, 20 years ago, having a combination like this, even with the cheapest stuff they had then, would probably run you about no less than about $2,300 to $2,500. Just being honest. What did I buy that year? I bought an MPC 1000, and I bought a Roland Phantom S keyboard back then. And yeah, I paid around, with taxes and everything, around about I think it was either $2,300 or $2,500 for that setup, and that was in 2005. Yeah, 2005 when I got that. So that was 19 years ago when I got that setup, and it's nowhere near the amount of stuff that I got in this. Okay, so $1,600 to get an MPC and an external keyboard is a very, very good value. Let's talk about the MPC One Plus. This has the exact same specs as the OG MPC X, okay? 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage. And I know some of you guys are like, well, I need more storage. This thing has an SD card reader in here, and you can just put, however amount of gigs you want to put on the SD card. Right now, I have 256 gigs in this right now. So, and it works perfectly. You just got to make sure you have a card that works really fast with it, okay? So I usually try to get the SanDisk cards or the PNY cards, the cards that, people have known and used over the years. And just to clarify, I've been getting a lot of the micro SD cards, and if you guys know, they actually come with their own adapters. So I use the micro SD cards. They work fine, but just make sure you get the reputable companies. And make sure the read and write speed on them are fast, okay? So don't get the cheap ones. Pay the extra $10. Other than that, this thing does everything that all of the other MPCs do. Sounds really good. And for what you get, and for, you being able to use this with the MPC and all that stuff, you can't beat it. Now, the Roland Juno D6. This is the newest Juno. I know it's like 1,000 of them right now, but this is an incredible piece of gear right here because it comes with over 3,800 sounds in here. 3,800 sounds for $900, and it comes with an 8-track sequence on here, which I don't really use that. I use the MPC to sequence everything. Now, the cool thing about this is, with this having so many sounds, you can use this with the Zen-Core technology. So if you have Zenology on your computer, you can create a sound in the Zenology and then take that and import this right back in here into this Juno, and then you will have your own user created sound inside of here, and that way you can use on the keyboard, run it through pre's and stuff like that, and get that good standalone analog sound. Okay, and I put analog in quotations because you guys are going to beat me up about that, but yes, it is still a digital signal being converted into an analog signal and all that stuff. So we're not going to get too deep into that, but at the end of the day, you can get that sound by running this into really good mic pre's and running into your audio interface and stuff, and get that good warm sound by using this keyboard and running it through the MPC. Now, this thing right here, being hooked up to the MPC, is very easy to use. I have everything running through a USB-C cable to a regular USB-A cable inside the back of the MPC. And then I just have the outs, the cable outs going into the ends on the MPC. And that is pretty much about it. And then I have everything running through the MPC. And then I have the output of the MPC running into my audio interface. And that is pretty much done. And this thing sounds incredible. I'm not going to make a beat on it today. I'm going to make another video, or I'm going to be like on live and I'll make a beat with it on live so you guys can see and hear the whole process. In this situation, I just want to show you guys a good budget setup that you guys can get if you wanted to start doing like a standalone setup with the MPC and with an external keyboard. It is obtainable and you can get it. Okay, now the only thing that I do not have from Zounds is the keyboard stand, which I will have that link below. It's from Amazon. You guys can go ahead and click on that and get this stand, since a lot of you guys ask about the stand all the time. So this is one of the best budget setups for the price. There are other setups, as you guys know. I have a ton of setups over here, but for the price, $1,600 plus taxes or whatever, you can get all of this and get you a complete standalone setup with the MPC and the Roland Juno-D6. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little presentation. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.